Hi there ladies and gents, this is Jax here and welcome to another video about the wonderful game that is Hex. Last time I did a matchup between a Blood and a Ruby PvP deck, and if you saw that one you'll know that the Ruby deck absolutely crushed. This time though, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. It's another PvP deck, but I've decided I'm just going to solitaire this one so we can see what a deck can do without interference. I had a few different decks I could go with, but I decided in the end to go with an Eye of Creation deck, because Eye of Creation seems pretty popular, so let's give the people what they want. I've combined it with a Shin'hare tribal theme as the win condition. If we get enough Shin'hare out, they should be able to swarm the opponent, and Eye of Creation will certainly help that. So I'll go through the deck list. We've got our wild sources there. Battle Hopper, it's a 0/1 creature that a lot of the other cards in the deck can create, and also the champion can create it for 3 charges. Shin'hare Militia, it's a 1 mana creature, it's a 1/2. Sensei of the Milky Eye, 2 mana creature, it's a 1/1, and when it enters the battlefield you can draw a card. Runs to the Litter is a 2 mana action and it creates 3 Battle Hoppers. Bucktooth Commander is a 3 mana troop. It gives other Shin'hare you control +1/+1, and it's a 2/2 itself. Chlorophilia is a 3 mana action. It creates 2 wild sources when you play it. You can't get mana from them that turn, but you get mana from them every other turn. Concubunny is a 3 mana creature. It's a 0/1. You can pay 1, you can action it, and you can exhaust another Shin'hare to create a Battle Hopper. Evolve is a 3 mana action that gives each troop you control +1/+1. Ritualist of the Spring Litter is a 4 mana troop, it's +1/+1, and at the start of your turn you get 1 temporary mana for each Shin'hare you control, so it's a good ramp card. And Eye of Creation is the big card in the deck. It's a 3 mana action, you pay an additional X when you cast it, and you reveal the top X cards of your deck. You can play any of those cards if they cost X or less. And if you reveal another Eye of Creation, you can play it as a copy of the first one. So if you play Eye of Creation for say X equals 7, and you reveal another Eye of Creation, then you play that, and that X equals 7 as well. So it's a great source of card advantage, and we're hoping to see it go off in this deck. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it. I'll open up a solitaire game. I do apologise, this will probably take oh, that's rather quick, never mind. So open up the solitaire game, I'll create a token to keep track of the charges. So this will be our champion charge counter. Now let's see what's in our opening hand. We've got 4 sources, we've got a Sensei of the Milky Eye who will help us dig, and a Concubunny who can make Battle Hoppers. It's not the best hand, rather I've got 5 sources, sorry. It's not the best hand, but it's playable, so we're going to go with it. So we'll pretend that we're going first. Turn 1, just play a source and get a charge, and we'll pass. Turn 2, we'll play another source, we'll get a charge. We'll play our Sensei of the Milky Eye, draw a card, get a Bucktooth Commander off it, and we'll pass the turn. Turn 3, get an Eye of Creation, that's going to be excellent later on. I'm not going to bother demonstrating attacks with this, because obviously we don't know if we'd attack or not. It may depend on the opponent's board state. We'll play our Concubunny, get the charge, and we'll take the charge counters off for a Battle Hopper. And I accidentally destroyed the charge counter, so I'll make another one. We'll get the Battle Hopper out of the sideboard. And that will be the turn. Turn 4, we'll play a source, we'll get a charge, we'll play a Bucktooth Commander, and we'll use that last mana to create a Battle Hopper. You'll notice I actioned the Concubunny and I exhausted the Battle Hopper next to it. Now, with Eye of Creation, it costs 3, and then you pay X to cast it. X is very important. You've got to pick a good value for X of your deck. Most decks will never cast it for anything less than X equals 3 or 4. In this particular deck, I really want it to be X equals 4 because everything costs 4 or less. So basically, if I cast it for X equals 4, I'm definitely going to be able to cast all the cards revealed. 3 or less is playable, but I've got a chance of whiffing, and I definitely wouldn't touch it for 2 or less. So I don't want to cast it until I've got at least 4 mana, and that's what I'm going with. In any case, I will start the next turn. Get a charge counter. We'll play our Shin'hare Militia. Usually, I wouldn't be able to action it on the first turn, but because the Concubunny is the one that's making it exhaust, that's fine. So I'll create a Battle Hopper, and then we'll create a we'll cast the Bucktooth Commander, and everything will get +1/+1. You'll notice I did give it +1/+1, that's from the other Bucktooth Commander. In any case, we'll start the next turn. Play the Shin'hare Militia. And create a Battle Hopper. Now at this point, we're hoping we can get Eye of Creation going, but we have to look at the board state. I'd imagine we'd have an overwhelming number of troops compared to the opponent. We can play Evolve now to give them a big boost. And I'm sure that we'd be able to attack for a lot of damage, possibly even kill the opponent. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep on playing until we see this Eye of Creation go off, so let's see what happens with that. Alright, we've got another Concubunny. So we'll create another Hopper. And we'll start the next turn. Now, Ritualist of the Spring Litter is one of the 2 ramp cards in the deck, and it's the more potent one because it counts the number of Shin'hare you control. So essentially next turn this Eye of Creation is going to be huge. But let's see what happens. Get a Wild Source and a charge. Just in case we flip into an Evolve, I'll create the Battle Hoppers now. So we'll create one off the champion. Now this Ritualist gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. So we'll go down to 12 to create another Battle Hopper, and 11 to create another Battle Hopper. So we've got 11, 12, 13, X equals 14, and then the other 3. So we're casting Eye of Creation for X equals 14. Flipped into another one, so we're another 2. I think I'm going to be able to cast pretty much everything in my deck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the third Eye of Creation there pretty much guarantees I'm going to be able to cast everything. I'll also point out that it's very likely Hex is going to have a similar rule to Magic, that if you try to draw from an empty library you lose the game. So Eye of Creation doesn't force you to play all the cards, and what I'm going to have to do is leave at least one card that I don't play, so it gets shuffled back into the library and I'll have something to draw next turn. In any case, let's play the cards that we've got. So we'll put out the Bucktooth Commander. Everything will get +1/+1. Save the Eye of Creations for last. Actually, we'll save Evolve for last. Basically, we want to get everything out first before we start making everything bigger. Chlorophyll. Get 2 more charges. Get the other 4 sources for 4 more charges. Shin'hare Militia, Concubunny, Ritualist of the Spring Litter, and 3 more Battle Hoppers courtesy of Runts of the Litter. So that was the first Eye of Creation, already a very dominant board position. Did the second one, so 14 more cards. Alright, let's see here. Bucktooth Commander. What I'm going to do is move all these cards down so they don't interfere. Everything gets +1/+1. Get a Conky Bunny. Chlorophyll. Sensei of the Milky Eye. And draw a card off it. A couple more sources. These are the last sources I'll play. What I'll do is I'll shuffle all the rest back from the other two Eye of Creations, so that all I'll have left in the library is sources. Ritualist of the Spring Leather. And 6 more Battle Hoppers. So that's that Eye of Creation. So as I said, I'm going to put all the sources back. Surprisingly, I'm going to put the Evolves back because I know I'll hit them with the next one, so I want to save them until I've got all the creatures out. And they get shuffled in. Two Senseis of the Milky Eye for 2 card draws. For sources from the Chlorophylla. Ritualist of the Spring Leather. Shin'hare Militia. And 3 more Battle Hoppers. I could do the last Eye of Creation, but I'm pretty much about to run out of time on the video. In any case, as you can see, Eye of Creation. If you can get some ramp, it certainly works. Ritualist of the Spring Litter in a Shin'hare deck will give you a lot of ramp. So while the deck probably needs some fleshing out, needs some more cards to be spoiled so it can be more streamlined, it definitely has potential. And as you can see, this board presence is absolutely overwhelming and would require a sweeper to stop. We probably could have won with just the Shin'hare themselves, but Eye of Creation is just that win condition which can get them over the top and give them some inevitability. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed that demonstration of the awesome power of both the Shin'hare and Eye of Creation, and I hope to catch you for the next video. See you guys next time.